through both of our flights. I got my rental car. I'm now driving almost an hour and a half home to my family's house. Whew. Is traveling stressful as fuck for anybody else, or is it literally just me? To be fair, it wasn't that bad once I was doing it, but I had so much anxiety like the week before, being like, bruh, am I gonna have enough mental capacity to be doing all of this shit by myself? Because, you know, when I fly with Gabby, like, I can go autopilot, I can zone out, and that girl will take the wheel and, like, do the things that need to get done. She'll be like, okay, we're going this way, and I'm like, okay, I'm following you. But doing it by yourself is like you never get a chance to shut your brain off and just be like the follower for a second. We did it. I'm proud of myself for doing it. But I'm excited to see my family. I also want to at least see one friend while I'm here. I'm not good at making plans or reaching out to people, but I want to at least see one person when I'm here. So, yeah. I'm so excited to hang out with my sister. Jeez. I have a girlfriend. So I was on my way to a coffee shop that I like back home to find out that it's not in the same spot that it was when I was here last time. So they still have it. It's just the way that I came from already. So I'm going to have to go back that way. Also, I saw a pro-life sign as I was driving. And I was thinking, you know, those conservative type of people are the same people that wouldn't accept, like, a queer person. But you want, like, a baby that is a fetus and not even a human to live. And that baby might come out being gay, and then you won't want the baby anymore. So I planned on getting coffee and then going to this thrift store I like. But we're going to have to do a detour for the coffee because it is not here. Also, it's just crazy seeing all of the cannabis stores pop up in this small-ass town. I'm like, you are, like, targeting these people for real. These people have nothing better to do than smoke weed and work their life away. Okay, I made it to the thrift store after getting my coffee, but I got here and realized I got coffee on my white tank top. So, you know, I stay strapped with the tied to go. So I put that on there. Low-key, it doesn't look that bad. I'm hoping it dries okay. Yeah, so I'm going to eat the breakfast sandwich I got, and then I'm going to go into the thrift store and see what they got going on in there. It's so weird driving around this place, and, like, there was a corner that literally had nothing, and now it has, like, 3-4 new buildings. I'm like, and we have a Starbucks now. I'm like, who are we? This is crazy. You're killing the shot, bro. Another YouTube video calls for some more reflecting. What I've come to realize is that normally I wouldn't spend this much time thinking about my thoughts and feelings. But making a video about it is a good excuse to process through the things we don't normally think about. The reflecting I did from this trip really highlighted some flawed ideas that I've had that previous to this I fully believed. The thought that is no longer serving me to believe is the idea that I will give someone the same energy they give me. And by this, I just mean I will treat people how they treat me. The idea is I will be kind or at least neutral to someone until they start treating me in a way that I perceive to be mean or rude. And at that point, I will meet them on their level. I used to think that this was the quote-unquote fair way of navigating conversations, because in my head, I was just reflecting their energy back to them so they could see how they come off. But what I'm realizing is, if I genuinely want to have good communication, this way of thinking doesn't allow the space to be understanding and non-judgmental, not only of my thoughts and feelings, but also other people's. We as humans often reflect what we're feeling onto other situations. For example, if you're already insecure about something and a situation comes up that triggers you, you'll be very likely to react based off of those initial emotions. This is where my brain starts doing flips because this is tricky, because your reaction is based off only your perspective and past learned experiences, and this doesn't leave space to see it from the other perspective. Just like we want somebody to understand us and where we come from, we also need to be able to put ourselves in their shoes. But the conclusion I've come to through this is even if somebody else cannot control their emotional reactions, I want to be able to model what good communication can look like. It's the fit we're rocking with. Saw a deer and it looked like a whole ass horse. That was so weird. So I'm about to drive an hour to the movies because I'm meeting up with some old work friends from the H&M that I worked at in Michigan. So yeah, we're going to see Talk to Me, I think it's called. It's a scary movie, so that should be fun. And I'm hanging out with people like I said I would, and I'm gonna try to hang out with more people if I can. We will see. But I'm at least doing one like I said I wanted to, so good for you. Hello, it's currently 11 p.m. and I just got back to my house after the movie. Low-key, that movie made me feel really fucking weird. And we smoked before and I was a little too stoned, but I felt like I listened to my body good today. So I'm happy about that. Also, it was just nice to see them, even if, like, I'm just thinking, like, I wish we didn't see that movie and, like, we could actually talk or something, but I'm still glad that I got to see them, you know, so. What do you want? Hi, homosexual. Ice cream. Ice cream. Okay, I just got done getting coffee with my friend Lily. When I worked at an ice cream place back home, we worked together. It was such a good conversation. I'm so glad we got to meet up. Like, my heart is happy. I feel like I was smiling so much. And I'm like, damn, I forgot what it's like to, like, have a conversation that isn't, like, so surface level, you know? Like, it's great. So yeah, now I am heading back home because I'm going to get pedicures with my mom and sister, and then we'll probably go out for food after that. The reason these thoughts are so present on my mind is because during my trip I got into a pretty big fight with my mother. Her and I would fight a lot in high school, and this felt like I was traveling back in time. In my brain, all of these fights feel like we're running on a hamster wheel but never going to get anywhere. Initially, when I processed and reflected on this, I was telling myself, I need to further develop my ability to be understanding and non-judgmental of people. While I think this is always good to do, I also need to equally value setting boundaries in order to protect the space that I have created for myself. At first, I was telling myself to be compassionate because she has never learned healthy communication as a child. But I do feel a sense of resentment towards my mom for dismissing my struggle and not teaching me healthy communication. All of this being said, I am proud of myself for doing the work now to develop a secure relationship with myself.
Show my legs. Show how many days.
Hello, it is currently Monday morning, and I am heading back to the airport to drop off the car and take my flights back home. It's really rainy today, so that's kind of nice. We don't really see that in California too much. It's currently a little before 8 a.m. Yeah, I just don't want to be worried about time, so we're gonna get there and chill, hopefully with some time to spare. Hello, this is Kaylee from a few days later. It is now Wednesday at the end of the day. I got back home Monday night. Oh, let me just tell you, traveling home was a whole excursion. It was an adventure. It was a whole day activity. I ended up staying at the Salt Lake City airport for almost 9 hours. I ended up getting a flight into San Francisco instead of San Jose. So that was even more travel time added. Kaylee, like 2 weeks ago, stressing about traveling, that was her worst nightmare. I'm just glad it ended the trip being that way and I didn't start out the trip like spending 9 hours at a airport. Oh my god. Conspiracy theory, they were keeping me at the airport that long so I would have to pay for their overpriced food. Airport food? So bad. None of it's good. That was rough. And I was so sad. Oh, also, my hair is starting to grow out, so it's kind of like laying down now instead of like sticking straight up. I want to grow the top out a little bit longer. I should shave these again because the sides are getting kind of long. But I have curly hair when it's long. I'm hoping it starts to get a little more curly the longer it gets. But I'm actually digging this hairstyle. I didn't mind the all buzzed head, but I'm realizing that I like the top a little bit longer. I like it messy looking too, but I have like cowlicks in the back of my head, so this back part be standing up weird. Anyways, thank you for coming along with me on this little trip back to Michigan. Oh, there was goods and there was bads, but you can't have the goods without the bads. You know what I mean? It was life. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.